Good morning, DXN. Welcome to DXN, the world's largest Ganoderma producer. Started its journey in Jitra, a small town in Kedah, Malaysia in 1993.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I am William, and I will be your host this evening. I would like to welcome majority of the faithful gynotherapy users, and if you are new here, you are welcome to this health talk as well. Just a brief introduction about the speaker tonight. Jane had the working experience in nursing field since 1976. Particularly in oncology nursing in the UK, maternal and child health, health education, and home nursing. After Jane's father has suffered from stroke in year 2001, Jane has been practicing gynotherapy perpetually for the past 20 years. She has been walking through with a lot of patients personally in the journey of health. It is our privilege that Jane will be sharing her wisdom and her vast experience in gynotherapy with all of us. To Jane, the objective of practicing gynotherapy is to help people who are unwell or ill to regain and restore their health status. At the same time, to educate people how to maintain their wellness level. Her mission is to weave a network in gynotherapy to help mankind from degenerative diseases to improve their quality of life and maintain good health span, which determines our lifespan. Before we begin, please have your mic muted and reserve any question till the end of the session. You may post any health-related question to the chat box below, and I shall pick the 5 questions to be answered by Jane at the end of the session. Without further ado, let's welcome Jane to give us a health presentation on why prevention is so important today. Let's welcome her with a big applause.
Good morning, DSN. And it's our tradition in DSN to greet everyone good morning. So, I'm glad to see all of you here in the Zoom meeting today. And most of the attendees you are here today are our close friends. Yeah, and you are my faithful gynotherapy users for more than 5 years here. And then, of course, for those who are new here, welcome to DSN family and to this webinar. And of course, you should give yourself a big applause because you are caring for your own health and you also care for your family health. And today, I would like to touch on the topic, why is prevention so important? We know that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. These popular proverbs, we all know it so well. However, how many of us know how to start the prevention? Sometimes we are really lost. How do we begin? Preventing disease is something very complex. And most of us have this misconception. Oh, I'm so healthy, so maybe I don't need prevention. And actually, there are a lot of phases in life I would like to emphasize. To start the prevention now at any health status phases. I will give you an example. Many people are in pre-inner stage of health. A lot of interruption in the in the okay, mute all the participants. Sorry, there are a lot of interruption noises in here. So please unmute yourself. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to emphasize again about the prevention. And prevention actually should start now at any stages of health status. I'll give you an example. Many people have high blood pressure. And where do we begin with prevention? Many patients, they are on high blood pressure medications without any symptoms. So they don't change their eating habits, they don't change their lifestyle, and they don't take any actions to prevent further degeneration of their health status. So for your information, prevention, you should start now, because most of the high blood pressure patients, you are on long-term medications. And if you do not take precautions, start the prevention activities now, and you can lead to many blood vessels related problems like heart problem, strokes, kidney problems, and many more. Same thing with diabetes patients. I know that you are on medications. Most of your symptoms are well controlled, but I always like to emphasize, diabetes doesn't kill, but the complication does. Because most of the diabetes patients, they develop most of the blood vessels related problems. You have seen patients with blindness, strokes, heart disease, and gangrenes. So these are the things we have to bear in mind. Prevention should start at any phases of health status. So prevention is not costly. Later on, you will see that I will emphasize what are the preventions, these activities and lifestyle you should lead. And it's not costly and it's easy. But however, treatment is so expensive. I am specialized in cancer management. The phases of health status, I've seen patients from heart disease, from diabetes, because they don't take prevention. You are building up a very bad, poor blood environment in the body. Eventually, you are creating an environment for cancer. And we know cancer treatment is very expensive, and it may not help you to regain your health. So to start the prevention, you need to understand what health means to you. We know very well, health is equal to wealth. To me, my health is very, very precious. Not only the health belongs to me, my health belongs to my family. Because if there is something wrong with me, my husband, my children, they all will be very, very sad. Same thing with you. Your family is a precious wealth to you. And all of us, as long as you are healthy, your family members are healthy, and we can have a lot of happiness in life. Without health, you will have nothing. You will not have career. You will not have financial freedom. You will not have friends. You will not have your properties or financial wealth. So you see, most of the governments all over the globe, you can see this. The health ministries, they spend a lot of money in prevention. They are helping patients to have modern hospitals. They have most of the good hospital equipments. They train doctors, they train nurses, and the paramedical staffs. And of course, they provide the best health care. However, you look at our health economics today. The government, they are spending millions of dollars on health budget in the country. Still, we do not have enough hospitals. We do not have enough nurses. We do not have enough medical doctors. So what should we do? Therefore, health awareness and health education is very important. Let us look at the non-communicable diseases and the communicable disease. Now, what are these? Non-communicable diseases, they are cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, kidney failures, autoimmune disease. And all these health problems take a long time to develop. And of course, to manage the health issues, and also you need a long-term healing journey. And what about the communicable disease? From the history, we have all kinds of bird flu. We have H1N1, SARS, and if you go back further, we have Spanish flu. But at present, the whole world is facing the COVID pandemic. Nobody in this world wants to be sick. So we need to take action to take care of our body. I'm sure all of you have a car. Okay? So when you have a nice car, especially a new car, you're so careful with your car. Okay, you every 5,000 kilometers, you send your cars to the mechanic to make sure that you change your engine oil, to make sure that you check your brakes, check your tires, etc. Because you do not want your car to break down in the highway one day, and that will give you a lot of problems. Our human body is like a machine. Machine can be damaged. The spare parts you can replace. But you look at our human organ and system. Once the organ and system is damaged or malfunction, it is very unlikely to replace the spare parts. So therefore, we need to treasure our body. Don't you think our body is more precious than our car? I always emphasize health span is equal to lifespan. Human age should be 120 years old. However, how many of us can achieve 120 years old? People die prematurely. It's not because of anything but die from diseases. We have so many childhood diseases. I have seen children with leukemia. I've seen children with autoimmune diseases. And my youngest patient who had a stroke, he was only 25. And because of his stroke, he did not have a quality life. And not long after that, even before 40, not only he lost his health, he lost his life. And of course, people at 40 to 50, you look at this group of people, they have beautiful family, children, and this is a time they struggle for good health for the family. And they are like a candle burning on two ends. So before they could reach certain age, they already have high blood pressure, diabetes, and cancer. And for your information, all these premature deaths can be prevented as long as you take action now. We have trillion cells in the body. We are facing wear and tears every day. Your job is to repair the wear and tear of the cells in your body, the tissues in the body, and the organs in your body on a daily basis, so that when you have a good health span, and that determines our lifespan. And most of us, our goal is to achieve golden old age. Major causes of death today. Well, cardiovascular disease is number one, cancer number two. And of course, over the Western countries, cancer number one, cardiovascular number two. But if we do not know the root cause of the health problem, we cannot find solution. We are unable to take precautions to prevent diseases. Why do more people get sick? Many people ask me this question, why do we get sick? I have shortlisted the factors that has contributing to our poor health. Food is one of the main factors. Poor eating habits, lack of exercise, stress, lack of sleep, and lack of drinking clean water. Most of the health problems come from food. Let us look at the food we eat today. Acidic food. What do you mean by acidic food? Most of them come from animal proteins, the white bread, and of course, there are a lot of acidic food like processed food. And all this can cause a lot of problems in the body. I will explain to you later. And of course, lack of enzymes, because we tend to eat a lot of cooked food, and you don't eat not enough of fruits and vegetables. And we are facing lack of nutrients. Why? Because today, if you look at the crops, we know that plant-based food is very important to us. But you look at the commercial cultivations, and then the artificial fertilizers. So therefore, due to this method of cultivation, all the crops that we have, they have very limited micronutrients. And what about toxins, the pesticides, artificial preservatives in the hidden food, processed food, fast food, and food with very little enzyme. Why? Because we cook our food. Once you cook your food, you destroy all your enzymes. Do you know how important is our enzymes? Enzymes are workers in our body. They are doers in the body. Without enzymes, your cell, tissue, organ, and system is unable to perform the actions, the activities in the body. And we will lack of enzyme. Do you know, for example, you're stressed today, or you came back from work, you were angry today, you were stressed, you burn up by enzymes, you feel fatigued. Why? When you lack of enzymes, you need a lot of energy for your body system to work. Your heart have to pump faster. Your digestive system, especially, it has to work harder. So every cell, tissue, organ, and system need a lot of energy to perform the work. But if you have enough enzyme, things is so easy. You don't need a lot of energy, and your body can carry on the work very, very smoothly. You need enzymes to live. They are necessary for digesting food, stimulating the brain, provide cellular energy. This is the most important part. Repair, rejuvenate, and reproduce all cells, tissues, organs, and systems. Almost all physiological activities in the body need enzymes. This is the problem today. most of us tend to eat convenient food, which is empty calories. What do we mean by empty calories? Empty calories means the food contains very little or no essential vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. In other words, this food provides nothing of value to the body beyond calories that create excess pounds. Eating too much empty calories will lead to malnutrition. And this problem, you can see that working class people in the office tend to make this kind of mistakes. I've seen quite a number of people came and see me with gastrointestinal problem. They don't have proper lunch. They just have a few biscuits and maybe they munch 2 slices of sandwiches, and that is their lunch. And this is very, very, toxic. I would say the sources of toxins. I would like to highlight why most of the diseases caused in the body is accumulation of toxins. You can see toxins is everywhere. Water pollution, air pollution, and then of course, commercial fertilizers, pesticides, and insecticides. I have seen many reports due to the environmental pollution. They have even seen some frogs. They are defected. Why? Because all these toxins can destroy the DNA in the animals. Ask ourselves, can these toxins affect our human DNA? Of course, they can. And the hidden toxins you don't realize, the artificial colors, the trans fat, the GMOs, high fructose corn syrups, the hormones in the animals, and then the antibiotics they use in the animals. Top up with your unhealthy eating habits. You have irregular meals. You only eat when you're free. And when you're hungry, you're eating too much. And when you're hungry, you're eating too fast. You know, when you're eating too fast, this is a bad eating habit because you don't chew your food. You need to chew every mouthful of your food properly. Because if you don't chew properly, you don't have enough saliva to stimulate the chewing stimulate your saliva production, and at the same time, the chewing stimulate your stomach digestive juice production. So your stomach is ready. Oh, you're chewing enough. So the stomach is getting ready to receive your food. So you have enough digestive juices in your stomach to digest your food. But if you don't chew your food properly, partially digested food go to your stomach, you don't have enough digestive enzymes, and all this partially digested food is going down to your intestine, and they are going to be fermented as fermented toxins in your intestines. And that causes a lot of problems in your small intestines and your big intestines. And at the same time, people are choosy about food, especially the children. They like to eat something very nice. If you give them some green food to them, oh, they wouldn't like it because it's not tasty. That's why being parents, start prevention as early as possible. You don't have to teach your kid to eat meats, you know, but you teach them to eat green food. As a baby, 5 months old, give them some broccoli in your hand and let them chew it. Let them explore the taste of the plant food. And as a child grows, well, they have good eating habits. And then when they eat their meat and all that, it can be balanced. So when you have a mouthful of meat, you need 4 mouthfuls of greens, different kind of vegetables to balance the acid that you have taken. Well, look at this picture. I would like to ask you, how many of you do exercise every day? Put up your hand. Although I can't see you, you know, my 20 years of health seminars, every time I ask, how many of you exercise and put up the hands? Huh?
No.
Less than 10%. Less than 10%. So sedentary life can cause problems and lack of sleep. You should sleep at the right time. I always emphasize to, especially children, you know, they like to play with their WhatsApp or computer or on the phone, and then they go to bed at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or even 2 o'clock. And this is a bad habit. They say, it's okay, mommy, I go to bed at 2 o'clock and I will get up 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, this is not the way. We have a body clock, especially when you go to bed early, for example, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. These are important time for your liver and gallbladder to rejuvenate. I have so many Unity students came to me many years ago. They had sleeping problem because they want to study, and then they were stressful with life. And what happened when they came up for the university, they wanted to start their career. Most of them have liver problems. And the next point, lack of drinking water. When I mention water, is clean, clear water. The water cannot be replaced by carbonated water, tea or coffee. So you need about 2 liters or 2.5 liters of water daily to hydrate yourself. If you live in a hot country, maybe you need more. And of course, smoking and taking a lot of carbonated drinks. And this is a very bad lifestyle because it causes more toxins in the body and stress. Later on, I will emphasize on stress, why it can cause problems, because it affects your whole body. Now, exercise. Huh? Exercise is mandatory. When you don't exercise, what happens? Your blood circulation is poor, is sluggish, because your body is already acidic, and the movement of the circulation is poor. Okay, so, and I will give an example. If you don't exercise, your heart will pump momentumly, okay, to pump the blood circulation, maybe, okay, 100 meters, right? And what happened beyond those 100 meters? Those tissues, organ, and system will be deprived of blood circulation. They will not receive enough oxygen, nutrients, and immune cells to protect that deprived area. So therefore, it's important you exercise. When you exercise, your heart pump harder, and your circulation can go further. From 100 meters, it may go to 200, 300, and 400 meters. Holistically, all parts of the body can receive oxygen, nutrients, and of course, the immune cells can travel all over the body, and most importantly, elimination of toxins. And when you exercise, most of the muscles will pump the micro blood circulations. At the same time, lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is our sewage system in the body that carries nutrients, oxygens, and of course, immune cells, and also all the toxins. But lymphatic system don't have pump. So how to pump your lymphatic system? depends on your muscles. So when you exercise, you move your muscle will pump all this lymphatic system, so all this lymphatic flow will be better, and then you supply the nutrients, all the nutrient and all your, what you call the oxygenation, and your immune cells to all parts of the body to protect you. And if you don't exercise, most of us tend to have shallow breathing. You just shallow breathing. Do you know that our lung is a very important, what do you call toxin remover? It detoxifies your toxins. It's a very vascular region. When you don't exercise, shallow breathing, you can't expel most of the toxins. However, when you do exercise, you take a deep breath because you need to breathe. So your lung become a pump to pump most of your lymphatic system and also help you to expel most of the toxins. Now, your heart is very important. It is a scanner. Your heart knows which part of the body is lack of oxygen. When you are lack of oxygen, your heart will pump harder to deliver more blood to the regions. That's why heart is the most hardworking organ in our body. But there is one thing we need to understand. The heartbeat in our hearts, they have lifespan. Throughout our life, our heart can beat 2 million to 2.9 million throughout our whole life. So don't you think you have to take care of your heart? Don't overspend your heartbeat. Try to maintain a regular heartbeat at 60 to 70. So a healthy individual who are leading a healthy lifestyle, you exercise, you maintain a good weight, then your heartbeat, you can maintain between 60 beats per minute. And of course, your heart can live longer. So we can have longevity. But people with health problems like high blood pressure, diabetes, and people with thyroid disease, so they tend to have irregular heartbeats. And this can affect the lifespan of the heart. And obesity, the heart is burdened. Why? Because your heart have to pump so hard to squeeze all the blood circulation to all parts of the body. Do you know how long is your blood vessels if you join them together? It can go around the earth 2.5 times. For obese people, they tend to have longer blood vessels. So you're giving your heart a lot of burden to pump to all over your body. So therefore, why obesity people, if they have faster heartbeat, and that shorten their lifespan. Stress. Stress is a silent killer. We know children from young, they're facing stress already because once they go to school, they're burdened with a lot of schoolwork. The teachers, the parents, they want them to be, to perform the best, okay? And then go to the tertiary schools. And then, of course, young adults, people all walks of life who don't have stress. What is the problem with stress? Stress robs away nutrients, especially the B group vitamins of the body. because these B group vitamins are very important for our nervous system, for our cardiovascular system, and for our endocrine system. So therefore, deficiency in B group vitamins can lead to anxiety, irritability, restlessness, and fatigue. And in long term, it can cause depression. You look at the effects of stress on the body. Chronic stress, it can affect your brain function. You will be lack of concentration, and it affect your heart. I have many students came to me many months ago. They were stressed because of the exam in the school, and they can have very rapid pulse rate. And of course, when they went to see the doctors in the hospital, they could not find anything wrong with them. So when I interviewed them, I found that, yes, they were very stressed because they wanted to perform their best in the school. And their heart rate was so fast and even caused shortness of breath. Yeah, this is a typical stress symptoms for children. And of course, they affect their digestive system. Many stressed people with stress, they will say, oh, I have bloated stomach. Why? Because stomach is related to our nervous system in the brain. Yeah, and it affects the immune system. Stressful people tend to have weakened immune system. They are more prone to infection, more prone to bacteria. They're more prone to cancer. And of course, they also have joint pains. And today, many young couples who are married, why they are infertile? Because of their stressful life. Just touch a little bit on the chronic stress to your digestive system. According to the research, chronic stress causes a number of negative effects on the digestive system, especially decrease the nutrient absorption and oxygenation of the gut, as much as 4 times less blood flow to the digestive system, which leads to decreased metabolism. That's why when you're in the office, when you have your meal, relax yourself. Stay away from your computer. Stay away from your handphone. Yeah? And sit quietly, chew your food properly, and relax so that your stomach can produce enough digestive enzyme to help you to digest your food. And this, because the stress also decreases the enzymatic output in the guts as much as 20,000 folds, and weaken your immune system and affect your friendly bacteria over time. And of course, the stress also causes chronic inflammation of the guts that leads to bigger health problems. Because chronic inflammation in the guts can lead to leaky guts, which is the root cause of autoimmune disease. Okay, so your body is constantly under the attack. The food, medication, stress, toxins. So what can we do about it? We cannot avoid all this. So toxins will accumulate in your body, and the root cause of diseases today because of toxin. When your toxins is overloaded, your symptoms will surface. You will have frequent coughing cold. You have weak immune system, you have inflammation, you have arthritis, and then you have degeneration of your organ and system. like high blood pressure, diabetes, and even cancer, allergies. So to solve the problem, it's not that you go to the doctor to remove all your symptoms, but you must find the root cause of the problem, empty the barrel, so remove all the toxins. When you accumulate too much toxins, then the pH of your body will tend to be acidic. Your body is an expert doctor. It will regulate. It will make sure that your body pH is maintained at 7.35, so that is slightly alkaline. So it will regulate at all times. But we take for granted, oh, well, my body will take care of my body. My body will not kill myself. But do you know when the body is acidic, you compensate a lot of things in the body. Yeah. And one of them is you lose calcium in your bones, because calcium is the alkaline mineral in the body. And when your body is acidic, you will leach a lot of calcium into your blood system to alkaline the body. And that's why you can see that those people who tend to eat a lot of acidic food, and you tend to have osteoporosis. Look at the picture of this healthy body. Yeah? So when your body is healthy, your pH is normal, you have normal red blood cells. This is how our blood looks like this when we are experiencing optimum health. The red blood cells are round and moves around in the capillaries very easily. So therefore, you have good circulation. Do you know how big is your coronary artery? Put out your little finger. Your coronary artery is as big as your little finger. But how fine is the capillaries? It is even smaller than your hair. Even only a single cell, single red blood cells can go through the minute blood vessels. So when your body is acidic, your body will compensate. The erythrocyte aggregation, what is this? Your red blood cells become clumpy. They will clump together. And this condition may be seen in people with high blood pressure, people with diabetes, people with cancer. And this is the poor blood picture you may see in their blood environment. And this is the root cause to many blood vessels related problems, because all these cause arteriosclerosis, which is the hardening of the blood vessels. Now, when your pH is healthy, you look at the picture. I always like to compare this aquarium. It is like your aquarium, the water is clean, your fish is very happy in the aquarium, they swim around happy. Same thing with our blood cells. When you have good blood circulation, okay, and remember, I told you your minute blood vessels is so small that only single blood cell can pass through, okay? So when the blood vessel is patent, you can deliver optimal oxygen, nutrients, and don't forget your immune cells. Your immune cell need to go through all these small blood vessels to reach the targeted cell to protect you. And at the same time, toxins can be eliminated. When you have poor blood circulation, you look at this aquarium. It's something like the water is so muddy, yeah? And your blood is clumpy. And blood vessels, if you have inflammation in the blood vessel, all this will settle in the inner part of your blood vessels, especially if you have high cholesterol. So therefore, the minute blood vessel can be clogged. When it is blocked, oxygen, nutrients, the immune cells cannot reach the targeted cells, and the toxins cannot be eliminated, and these cells are dying. And what happens if your immune cells cannot reach the targeted cells? Oh, these are the breeding ground for cancer. Not only all these damaged cells can cause degenerative diseases, but it causes cancer. The cells are degenerating slowly. You need time. So when you go to the doctor, and doctor check that you have high blood pressure today, and you can be very shocked. How can I have high blood pressure? High blood pressure, it doesn't occur now. It takes many years to develop. And when the doctors say you have kidney problems, and it's not that because you have kidney problem now, you have to look back 10 years, 15 years, how you have tortured your body. And worst of all, when you go to the doctor said you have a tumor in the liver, you have a tumor in the lungs, you have tumor in the colon, and you were shocked. It can't be. And all this is accumulation of toxin over the years, and your detox organs cannot perform the detoxification for you. And this is the problems of all the root cause of diseases. And all these premature death, it can be prevented. So we need to understand our body language. Most of the diseases don't have symptoms. But when you have symptoms, give a simple example, a headache, and then, okay, the easiest thing is take 2 painkillers, Panadol, to remove the pain. Okay, and then you remove the symptoms. You do not know the root cause of your headache, the migraine. And of course, the common one like high blood pressure. Okay, you go to the doctor, yeah? And then of course, the doctor will give you high blood pressure medication to control your blood pressure. Your blood pressure is normal. Diabetes people, your blood sugar is normal. So you live happily. So you don't worry about your lifestyle, your eating habits. Yeah. So as long as you don't have symptoms, you're not worried. So you look at this. If you keep on sweeping your symptoms under the carpet, your body have a threshold. When your body cannot hold the pre-inner state, which has no symptom, the threshold, and eventually, when the symptoms surface, it develops into disease. The symptoms surface: diabetes, high blood pressure, autoimmune disease, arthritis, multiple sclerosis, etc. Symptoms actually is the tip of the iceberg. I give an example. The common example is high blood pressure. Is high blood pressure a disease? Is diabetes a disease? Is multiple sclerosis a disease? No, they are just symptoms telling you there is something wrong with the body. Something wrong with the body. For example, high blood pressure. Why do you have high blood pressure? Your blood environment is choking. You have inflammation in the blood vessels. Your body is deprived of oxygen. I told you your heart is a scanner. Your heart needs to protect you. It cannot allow your body to be deprived of oxygen. So therefore, the heart pumps harder to deliver enough oxygen, nutrients, and immunity to all parts of the body. However, you have a lot of clogged microcirculation. You have hardened blood vessels. So that's why your blood pressure is being raised. So when you go to the doctor gives you high blood pressure to bring down your blood pressure, of course, at the normal range. Otherwise, you go into stroke. However, if you don't take prevention now, your blood vessels continue to clog up because of your acidic body environment. You're creating a worse body environment for degenerative diseases. Many years ago, in the 1970s, when I was in UK, in London, when I worked in the medical ward, actually, medical ward is adjacent to the cancer ward, you know? So when I was in the cancer ward, many of the patients, they suffer long enough, or they live long enough with their high blood pressure problem, with their heart problem, with their diabetes problem. In the end, they come to cancer ward because we are creating a body environment to further to degenerate the health problem to bigger health problems like cancer. So what is the solution? We need a solution. When I was in UK taking care of cancer patients, I was only 21 years old. Patient came in with their cancer, they had surgery, and of course they followed by chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and they were happy, they have no symptoms, they went home, but after some times, they had relapse. And I have seen patients with coronary bypass, and of course, after some times, their coronary arteries are blocked up again, and then develop other problems, complications, not only heart failure, kidney failure, and systemic failure. So at that time, I gathered all my jigsaw puzzles together. How can I help? But I had no solution at that time. So 20 years ago, when my father had diabetes, high blood pressure, and developed stroke in the year 2000, and later on he developed prostate cancer, I fitted all the jigsaw puzzles together and I found a solution. And this solution I practiced for 20 years. And this is gynotherapy. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you, God, that I met DXN, especially our CEO, Dr. Lim. He is a researcher in gynotherapy in the 1980s. Of course, now DXN is 28 years old this year. And the global success of DXN is because Dr. Lim's passion heart. He cared for the people. He cared for the community. His continuous teaching of gynotherapy for 28 years, up to date. DXN penetrated more than 180 countries worldwide. And more than 10 million people are consuming this range of nutrients to nurture their body system. and of course, also attracted so many medical people from India. There are so many medical doctors join Dr. Lim to do a lot of research on gynotherapy. So of course, myself, the 20 years, I must thank you, Dr. Lim, because he is my mentor. I learned a lot of him. And I also read a lot about Ganoderma. So therefore, 20 years in gynotherapy, my joy is I have helped people to regain, to restore their health status. And one of them was my father. So what is gynotherapy? Gynotherapy actually contains a range of wholesome food, come in the wholesome form, and it's so natural to give functions. So many people, they like to take supplements. I always advise them, choose your supplement wisely. It has to be in the wholesome form, and and the nutrients can perform functions. And what are the functions? Number one, balance the body pH. We have a good enzyme, especially the codipine with cordyceps, and the vinaigrette, which is vinegar, and moringa, which is noni with roselle. Okay, and androgy. Androgy is the andrographis, which is the bitter herbs king, and spirulina. All these are alkaline food. For example, if you are eating a lot of meat today, or you're stressed today, you look at the picture, your blood environment will be in this state. Your blood vessels, your blood cells are clumpy. We need to reverse it. Okay, so just pour yourself a glass of water with the enzymes, and then you can take some androgy or spirulina, yeah, to reverse the pH of the body. Once the pH is balanced, it can do a lot of things. You have good blood environment, you know, especially the clogged blood circulations. How do you remove them? The reishi, which is the RG, which is 3 months old, Gadodama, which is scientific name, Lingji is Chinese name, reishi is a Japanese name. This is a 3 months old fruit body, and we have cordyceps, we have lion's mane. Okay, it will remove the blockage here. You know, I have seen many heart case patients. They have blockages in their coronary arteries. The doctor will give them the blood thinner, either warfarin or aspirin, okay, to make the blood thin. They say thin the blood, okay, thin the blood. However, the clogged circulation, there's no way you can remove it. So therefore, the organs continue to degenerate and can lead to complications of heart disease, etc. And the third pillar, enhance and modulate immune system. Enhance means we make your immune system strong so that your immune system can help you, can protect you from dangerous invaders like bacteria, virus, and even protect you from cancer. What do I mean by modulate your immune system? Because when you don't take care of your immune system can become haywire. And of course, the medical people will say it is hyperactive. Then your immune system forgot. They do not know, they cannot recognize self and non-self. And this is what we call autoimmune disease, like multiple sclerosis. Yeah. So modulate means we balance it back. You balance in that. So in fact, because there are a few good friends here, they request that I should emphasize more on immune system. I'll let you see what is immune system, okay? Let us have a tour of our immune system. Within the blood, there are red and white blood cells. Yeah? The white blood cells are immune cells. And of course, within the white blood cell can be divided into two groups. B cells coming from the bone marrow, and of course T cells which are trained within the thymus. Actually, bone marrow is very important. Bone marrow is the factory for our immune cells. Why some people have malfunction of bone marrow, they end up with leukemia because they cannot produce healthy blood cells and immune cells. And the thymus, where is our thymus? Put your finger in between your chest, here, the center here, behind the sternum here. Can you see? And thymus is behind there. Thymus actually is an immune organ and is a commander. You know, in the 1960s and in early 1970s, you know, the medical science did not know much about function of thymus. You know, when babies, they have inflammation of thymus at that time, and it obstruct their airways, and the doctor, what did they do? They destroy the thymus by radiation. Of course, without thymus, the child cannot live long. You cannot have a good immune system. So therefore, those children without thymus, they die very young. They die at very young age. So your immune system actually is the best weapon to defend you from virus and infection. Of course, you will be very interested because now is COVID pandemic, right? So you need to understand our immune system. How to maintain your immune system, protect yourself. Not only yourself, your loved ones, your family. I told you already, the health belongs to you. The health belongs to your family. And all our loved ones, they are our wealth. So you need to equip yourself with immune system. And one of the immune response to infection, when you have bacterial infection, when you have virus infection, there is a group of these phagocytosis immune cells. They will ingest, they'll eat, engulf, and destroy the infected virus. So can you imagine how powerful they are? If you don't take care of your immune system, and when your immune system is weakened, you want to have a strong immune system to face, especially now, the pandemic war, sometimes is difficult. So it's just like you have a pot of flower. You need to water it on a daily basis. You need to put fertilizer periodically so that your flower will bloom, your plant will be healthy. Same thing with our immune system. You need to give the right nutrient to nurture them on a daily basis so that they will do the work for you. And this is a group of macrophages, which is the garbage man of the body. It catches and engulfs harmful pathogens in the body. In this picture, you can see the macrophages, they engulf the bacteria. And of course, immune system, not only it will defend, okay, it will attack, and of course, it will help you to produce antibody. And B cell produce antibodies, more than 1 billion different antibodies to combat viruses, bacteria, or other type of pathogen. And they will have memory. The simplest example, if your child had measles in childhood, you will have long-term antibody and your child will not get measles again, right? And same thing with chickenpox. Yeah, I remember when we were kids, you know, when my neighbor had measles or my neighbor had chickenpox. My mother would push all of us, go to your friends, and then you try to catch some infection, and then we have permanent immunity. And that was my mother. My mother is 87 years old now. And that time, that was her thoughts, medical thoughts at that time, So anyway, now we have to look at B cells. Of course, if you get COVID now, you will have antibodies. But of course, it is very dangerous. And if your immune system is weak, then you will be attacked by COVID. But of course, I would like to highlight this because of vaccination. Because when we have COVID vaccination, when you have good immune system, especially your B cells, you will produce good antibodies. Why we have so many people after the vaccination, 1 dose, 2nd dose, and they still contacted virus? They may not develop antibodies. They may have weak immune system. They may have weak B cells. So you can't produce strong antibodies to protect ourselves. So you can see that it is so important. You have to take care of your immune system, because the antibodies from the B cell, it neutralizes the virus, and it is so powerful. And of course, we also have a team of macrophages that will clean up the rubbish. When you have a battle in the body, you have a lot of debris. And of course, these particular macrophages engulf the asbestos fiber in the lungs. We live in a very polluted environment, especially in Kuala Lumpur, or you live in a very area with a lot of factories, air pollution. Why our lungs is not clogged up with fibers? You must thank your macrophages. They are garbage men for you. They are your mate that clean your body every day. So we should be thankful we have a team of good immune system protect us from problems. And what about cancer? Our immune system also protects us from cancer. Especially you look at these natural killer cells, the yellow one in the center. Yeah. So when it goes around your body, when they detect the cancer, the natural killer cell can destroy the cancer cells. But sometimes these natural killer cells is unable to protect you. Why? Because you have chalky blood environment. Your microcirculation is blocked. So your immune cell cannot travel to the other side to protect you. So those unprotected areas is a breeding ground for cancer. So you make sure that you want to protect you from cancer. You must have good circulation. You must have good immune system. So you can see how powerful it is, our immune system. So the 4th pillar, increase body oxygen level. Oxygen is so important, especially at cellular level. I remember many years ago, there was a kid, he was only 3 months old, but he was born with congenital heart defect. And on top of that, the child had asthma. So in fact, the medical doctor could have easily did an open heart surgery for this child so that the child could live and no need to suffer. But the problem with this child was the child was deprived of oxygen. He cried, he turned blue. He couldn't even suck the bottle, he turned blue. So the father called me out. I went to the hospital to visit this child. And of course, they decided to take my advice. I went in with a capsule of GL. You know this GL, which is a 14 days old young mushroom. Okay, it contains a lot of polysaccharide and organic germanium. Okay, the mother opened up one capsule, mixed with her own breast milk, and tube feed the child. 7 days later, the father called me up, asked me to go to the hospital. He was so excited because the doctor told them that the child's oxygen was normal and they could perform an open heart surgery. And now is 19 years old. I think the child is more, when he was 3 months old, now is more than 19 years. So the child is almost 20 years old, adult, young adult. So this is my joy in my career. So especially at this pandemic, most of the patients, the lung is congested, the lack of oxygen. And these are the good range of products to help them to increase their oxygen level in the lungs. And you can see that people with heart problems, yeah, the blood is chalky. Of course, oxygen cannot reach the cellular level. And I also remember my sister-in-law had heart disease. She was in ICU. She was on a face mask. And I look at the meter. The oximeter was so low, between 80, 88, and it cannot go beyond 90. And she was so weak. What I did was, I took a bottle of mycelium powder. Yeah, you know, it's difficult to go to the hospital to visit the patient, but she's my dear sister-in-law. So I poured the whole bottle, 30 grams of the mycelium powder, into a bottle of soy milk. I shake it up and gave her a straw. She drank it. And within 4 hours, I could see the oxygen level was rising. She was with a mask, you know, but I could see before she took the GL, the oxygen cannot go further. But after she took the mycelium, 4 hours later, her oxygen level was optimized. And the next day, she was discharged from ICU to the normal ward, and I helped her to cut costs. Especially ICU is so expensive. Medical fee is so expensive. Now, stress is very important. We physically, gynotherapy can help you to restore your body physically, but mentally is also very important. Why? Because when you are stressed, it affects your body physically. Now, the RG here, it contains tritopine. For those that in our team, for those who have taken RG before, which is a 3-month-old mushroom, it is bitter. The bitterness of the RG actually is tritopine. And the tritopine can calm our emotion. Okay, and of course, poria. Poria actually is a kind of mushroom, and you go into the history of TCM, and TCM doctors have used these to treat so many people with anxiety, and then of course depression and emotional instability. And morinji is noni. It is able to help your pineal gland to produce happy hormone. What is the happy hormone? The endorphin, yeah? And spirulina. Spirulina not only it is a full nutrient to support your body, cells, organ, and system, but it is also a tryptophan food. It can calm yourself, can stable your emotion. Yeah. So with this range of products, not only physically and mentally, we are giving you the pillars to restore your health status. Yeah, you see, why is stress resistance important? Depression, anxiety, insomnia, and it is so common today. And it can be reversed, So therefore, with the 5 main health pillars, it balances from cells, tissue, organ, and system. So therefore, it regains its homeostasis state, which is Homeostasis means balance. Therefore, the body has natural healing abilities. You have the best doctor in the world. That is your body system, your immune system. And you have natural healing abilities. However, we torture our body on a daily basis. We have trillion cells in the body facing toxins, facing radiations, and the wear and tears. You need special nutrients to repair the wear and tears on the daily basis so that your tissues, organ, and system, the function can be optimized on a daily basis. That's why health span you need to maintain on the daily basis. And that determines our lifespan. So whatever health status we are, when you take gynotherapy, the nutrients will help you to restore your health status on a daily basis, from disease state to imbalanced state to healthy state. And you can have quality life, you can have vibrant health. But if you don't take care of your body, whatever health status you are, your body has been bombarded by toxins. The wear and tears you don't repair, your body will continue to degenerate from healthy state to imbalance and to disease state and even death. So we need to take immediate action. Gynotherapy actually is a health manager, is a long-term health solution for all of us to maintain good health and longevity. And most importantly, you take it as food, no side effects. And I've been taking this range of products for 20 years. So in fact, to share a little bit, when I was in mid-40s, I was here. I had arthritis. I had autoimmune skin disease. And I couldn't even squat. I had poor knee pain. If I don't have this range of gynotherapy, that's why my father's illness became my blessing today. With this range of products, from here, I stopped my body from degenerating. I reversed back. Yeah, I'm proud to tell you, I'm 67 years old young. Yeah, so my body health status is even more healthy than I was 45. So no one wants to be sick. And all of us now, we have the knowledge, we have the wisdom to maintain our health span on a daily basis. So to achieve good health and longevity, you have the choice. So therefore, prevention starts with you now. And we team up today, hand in hand, share our knowledge, share our wisdom, and help ourselves, our family, our community, our country, and start weaving a gynotherapy network to help mankind. And this is my mission. And I alone cannot do this. I need all of you. All of you. The only thing is I need you to give me your passionate hearts. Please give me your passionate hearts and then we can team up together to help mankind. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Wow, it is a great honor that we are able to receive the wisdom from Jane this evening. I hope all of you managed to have a better understanding about preventive health and gynotherapy. All right, let's have a look on the questions being posted in the chat box so far. Okay, I see a question from Sue. Okay, Madam Jane, there's a question to ask how to protect our liver and lungs, especially those who contracted with COVID-19.
Okay, right. So thank you, Sue, for this question. How to protect, I would say lungs first, yeah? Lungs first. So when someone contacted this COVID-19, meaning the COVID virus is already gone beyond our barrier, meaning our mucosa in the nose, yeah, and then it can be in your lungs, yeah. So before the COVID-19 virus giving you more problems, you boost your immune system immediately, because your immune system has the power to stop the COVID-19 from duplicating. So further destroy your lungs. So you can take, for example, for the last few months, because for the last few months, 2 months MCO at home and a Zoom with patients, that you give them mega dose of GL powder. Okay, the GL powder, you mix 4 scoops, and then with 4 scoops of spray, yeah, and of course you give them this Morinzi, yeah, and then mix into paste, So it made a cup. So it's something like paste. So you let them take it every mouthful, maybe every 2 hours. Yeah. So take it 2 hourly, 3 hourly, and that will help them to enhance their oxygen level, prevent congestion in the lungs. Yeah. Don't forget our Androgy, which is so alkaline. Androgy boosts your immunity and is anti-thrombotic, meaning it will make your blood not clumpy, so that all your immune cell can travel here and there, right? And of course, we have to stop the COVID further destroy your lungs. This is the first, yeah? And of course, don't forget, all our products, GL powder, cordyceps powder, spirulina powder, they all contains polysaccharides. Polysaccharides not only can activate your immune system, many researchers today has confirmed the polysaccharide can stop the duplication of COVID-19 virus. So this is something good for your lungs, yeah? Okay. Then for the liver, when someone has signal like high cholesterol, yeah, or high bilirubin, and that is something that your liver is malfunction. And of course, some people may have hepatitis B or hepatitis C, then it will further retard your liver. And some people are alcoholics, and that can destroy your liver functions too. So some people will have liver problem without cause. It could be autoimmune. So what you can do, what are the liver tonic? your codipine, you can take 30 ml, yeah, your Morinzi 30 ml, and then your RGGL powder, the Richelieu powder or Mycovita, yeah. You can take half a sachet is about 4 scoops, huh? 4 scoops, and then you can top it up with lion's mane powder. Lion's mane powder is very good for liver and is a good tonic, right? And spirulina powder. All this will nourish your liver function, help to repair the damage to your liver, and slowly liver cells, tissues, and organs. I have restored many liver problems like unknown cause of cirrhosis of the liver. She took 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. That's why healing of degenerative disease is a journey. She took 2 years because she cannot afford megadose. She just took 2 scoops of each of all the powder, but she managed to reverse her liver function and she's having a good, healthy quality life today. Okay.
Oh, wow, thank you so much for the amazing answer by Mary Jane. And here there's another second question. And Sue is kind enough to help the members of the floor. Is about how about Alzheimer and diabetic patients?
Okay. Now we talk about Alzheimer is a degenerative disease. You go back to the slide that I have. Poor blood environment, chronic blood environment. Go on. I have my own echo. Sorry, yeah, I took out my earpiece because have a lot of echo. The Alzheimer disease actually caused by poor blood circulations to the brain and started many years back before you have this Alzheimer disease. Okay, when your eating habits, you have acidic body environment, you have chalky blood environment, and clog most of the blood circulation in your brain. So it retards your brain cells. So therefore, you can have Alzheimer disease after many years of deprivation of circulation. I remember 2 years ago, I went to London, yeah, before the COVID pandemic. One of my friends, she was only 60 years old when she developed Alzheimer's disease. Actually, this is too premature. And this is preventable, yeah? So now you have Alzheimer's disease, don't be despair. Start with gynotherapy, especially with the RGGL, yeah? I always like to give powder, yeah? You can give the, Richelieu powder or Mycovita powder, yeah? 2 scoops, and then with some lion's mane powder, which is a brain tonic, spirulina powder, which is the nutrients for the brain, and open up the circulation with the codipine and Morinzi make paste, and let them suck it, and as many times as you can. This is not medicine. You can take as many times as you can, right? You can afford it 3-4 times. If you can't, every mouthful is healing. 1 time, 2 times, but at least you start, right? To stop the Alzheimer's disease from deteriorating. Otherwise, the patient will have more complications after that. What we want is to reverse her Alzheimer's disease, although it takes some time, because gynotherapy does not just focus on your Alzheimer's disease. It's giving healing holistically, your heart, your lung circulation, your liver circulation, your intestine circulation, so you have optimum absorption and all that. So when you're holistically and every organ and system is healthy, of course, it will enhance your circulation and repair all the damaged cells. Yeah. So remember, healing is a journey. And if you can comply with healthy food, more plant-based food, and exercise, the healing journey will be shorter. Okay. And Your second question, diabetes. Being a diabetes, of course, the root cause, I will talk about type 2 diabetes for elderly diabetes. It is due to degeneration of the pancreas. You can't produce enough insulin, or you can be insulin resistance. But I always say, diabetes will not kill. The complications can kill. Many patients are comforted by doctors when they give them some medications, and then their blood sugar is controlled, so they don't bother at all. But if you go to the diabetic clinic in the hospital, you can see that why diabetic patients tend to have poor vision, blindness, stroke, heart disease, gangrenes, kidney failures. Because although your blood sugar is being controlled, but your blood circulation, everything is chalky, clumpy, and tend to clog up all your circulations. So again, the gynotherapy is a good solution for them. Yeah, start them with RGGL or your Resilium powder or your Mycovita powder. And then of course, the good product is Spirulina. Spirulina is a blood cleanser, can clean your blood sugar, can clean your cholesterol, and it can enhance your pancreatic function. Okay, so these are good products for you. And don't forget about the lion's mane. The lion's mane is also very good for your gastrointestinal system, from your mouth, your stomach, okay, and then your liver and pancreas. All these are gastrointestinal system. You need to have good intestinal system to absorb good nutrients. So whatever it is, yeah, this whole range of gynotherapy products is good for you. Okay, so holistically, not only focus on diabetes, it also helps you to prevent other complications like your heart case or even cancer. I remember I shared with you, my father had diabetes. My father had stroke in the year 2000, and he lived long enough. He lived long enough to have cancer. However, 8 years of managing his prostate cancer, we reversed back his health status. So in the end, he did not depend on the medication for his high blood pressure, and he wasn't on any medication for his diabetes. Okay. What is androgy? Huh? Or androgy? This is a good question. Huh? Okay. Androgy.
Okay. Thank you for answering the question. Okay. All right. I'll go to the more serious question here. I'm seeing these one of the questions are coming from Raja. Okay. Madam Jane. Hi. I had breast cancer in January and have been taking DXN products since then, but it has spread to my lungs. Can you please advise how to improve my immune system and heal from this? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your question, Raja. This is about breast cancer. Okay, talking about breast cancer, actually there are so many factors contributing to breast cancer. Yeah, one of the factors for breast cancer is stress and emotional bitterness. Yeah, so that upsets most of your endocrine system. And besides that, your lifestyle, your food, and your exercise and all that. So of course, it took many years for you to have breast cancer, especially at this stage you were diagnosed to have breast cancer in January. Yeah. So I'm sure you did not mention much, but I presume you went through medical treatment. Yeah. So normally breast cancer, they will do a surgery for you. If the lump is too big, maybe you need chemotherapy or radiotherapy first before they did surgery for you. Okay. And then of course, during the medical treatment, the chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and even surgery can further retard your immune system. Okay. So of course, when you're talking about you're taking DSN products, yeah, first thing, I do not know how much you're taking, okay? So when you went through chemotherapy, radiotherapy, your immune system is so weak, you need to take mega dose of your DSM products, yeah. Especially now, your DSM product, what do you call it? Your cancer is already in the lungs. Once it reaches the lungs, you need more effort to treat the lungs, because it has metastasized to the lung. It's a very vascular region, and then you need to do a lot of things, you know. So what are the products is best to clear the congestion in your lungs? Huh? You should take Mycovita, yeah, yeah, the RGGL powder, yeah. So I don't know how much you're taking, but you can start with 4 scoops first, huh? 4 scoops of Mycovita, which is half a sachet, and put lots of GL powder. The GL powder has to be about 1 bottle. Then are you taking enough spirulina? Spirulina, maybe you take 8 scoops, yeah, 8 scoops a day, and then don't forget about your Morinzi and Codipine that will clear the congestions. Yeah. So you put them in the bowl, for example. You split into a few times. Make it easy for you. You take 4 scoops of Mycovita, 4 scoops of GL powder, yeah, and 4 scoops of spirulina, okay? And then you mix with Morinzi. Don't add water. Maybe you need about 100 ml Morinzi, yeah? Just enough to make into a paste, yeah? Thick paste. Add some Codipine, 30 ml. So your whole bowl is already something like nestum, porridge. What you do, I'm going to do targeted healing on your lungs. You just suck it, okay? Suck it and take your time to chew. I need your mouth to produce enzymes so that all your nutrients from the gynotherapy can be absorbed through your mucosa, lymphatic system, and then to your lungs, right? And then, of course, you take 3 times a day, right? Okay, and your diet, we know that people with cancer, you already have poor blood environment. Try to take more plant-based food, varieties of plant-based food, so that you have more enzymes, more antioxidants, yeah? And then, of course, you need to exercise. So do some swing hand exercise, yeah? There you can improve your circulation, stable your emotion, and all that, yeah? So Raja, I want to highlight to you, actually, these many, only my team know about E18. Other team, they do not know about E18. So if you want to contact me personally, I will recommend you to take E18 for your lungs problem, which is actually E18 came to DSN, which was about 2.5 years ago, yeah. And then we met Dr. Sun from Taiwan, and he gave us a range of this Chinese herb protocol, which is so good to modulate your immune system, improve circulation, and of course to heal the body cells, organ, and system. Most importantly, it kills the mother stem cells in the body, because chemo does not kill the mother stem cells, but this E18, it kills the mother stem cells. Yeah, so maybe you can contact me privately. Yeah, so whoever refer you to our seminar, you can go back to your friend. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And right now, I'm going to due to time constraint, I'll be going for one final question here. So if you feel that you need to voice out your questions, you can continue to look at the link here, the email. You can always email jane@gmail.com. Okay. I'm seeing Selvin Tan here. She's raising her hand. So, okay. Do you have any question that you would like to ask, Selvin? You may unmute yourself. If not, I just move on to one more question, one final question. That will be, okay, this question comes from Andre. How about Mary Jane? How about multinodular goiter patient with normal thyroid level? Yeah.
All right. Multinodular goiter, as I mentioned just now, most of the root cause of the problem is from toxins. So there are a lot of toxins accumulated in the body, and of course it has and our body has a defense system. So they will the first phase is you are able to eliminate your toxins. A second phase you put aside, and then later on it's become a tumor accumulating phase, because your body is trying to protect you from all these toxins. Otherwise, the toxin will destroy your body and system. So your problem is your nodules is already focused on your goiter, your thyroid. Yeah? So there are a lot of toxins there. Yeah. So you have to look into yourself. What is your problem? Are you is your food, your diet healthy? Whether you do exercise, are you stressful, or you are facing a lot of computer? Yeah, so it's destroying your thyroid cell function, etc. But with this, if your nodule is not too big that press on the trachea and you don't have any breathing problem, then you can take your time to reverse. Huh? So again, gynotherapy, as I said, it manage your body actually holistically. What you do, I will do target healing on your goiter. So what you do is you just take RGGL powder, which can be Racilium or the Mycovita. You take 2 scoops, and then you can take some spirulina powder, 2 scoops, okay? And then what else you have? You have reduced all the inflammation and all that. And Poria is a good choice. Reduce inflammation, reduce water retention and all that, okay? And you mix with Morinzi again, yeah, Morinzi and the cordyceps, because all these will open up your blood circulation, enhance your absorption of the nutrient to target on your goiter. Yeah, so you suck slowly. You can take 2 times, 3 times a day. Okay, so of course, healing is a journey. Yeah, detox is a journey, and you don't put some more toxins into your body. Yeah, try to avoid most of the animal proteins, yeah, fast food, yeah, and then trans fat, and then of course animal meat with a lot of hormones. Yeah, okay.
All right. Okay, so we have come to the end of the Zoom session, and I hope we will meet again in future health seminars. But most importantly, we really appreciate your encouraging attendance on this midweek evening. So meanwhile, please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay well. Have a pleasant evening, everyone. So in case you have any question, you please continue to post your question to Jane's email. So she will be able to reply you. Okay, have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you to be here today. So we'll keep again. We will meet you again. Okay. Thank you, Suboy. Right.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye, and hi everyone. I can see so many friends. Any user.
Maybe next session can do Q&A, Jane.
Make sure you find the time and spend some money for your health before it is too late. DXN products help your body to maintain optimal health. Give them a try, and you will feel the benefits of DXN products in a more natural way. Thank you for spending your time with us.